different language. Let's get to the point of this lesson. I think that most foreign learners of German are taught to tell the quarters of an hour with using the phrases viertel nach, halb and viertel vor. Yeah, so that is when you want to say that it's quarter past 12, you simply have to translate this English sentence into German and say, es ist viertel nach 12. How easy is that? Yeah. So another example. Es ist viertel nach 1. It's quarter past 1. In order to tell the second two quarters in German, you need to know the word halb, which is half in English, and then you have to add the number of the next full hour to the word halb. That is, you say, es ist halb 4. Es ist halb 5. And then you can go on and do this with every hour of the day. But one important thing is, when you tell the quarters of an hour like this, you only can use the numbers between 1 and 12. So this doesn't work with the numbers 13 to 24. You remember the 24-hour system we use in German. You cannot use the numbers 13 to 24 here. Okay, then the last or the second last quarter of an hour. To tell this time you need to know the phrase viertel vor, which is in English a quarter to. And let me just arrange this. Okay. And here again you have to use the phrase viertel vor and then add the number of the next full hour, just like in English. You say, es ist viertel vor 6. So in English it is quarter to 6. Another example. Es ist viertel vor 7. Yeah. And that what I've just explained is supposed to be standard German, to be well-educated German. But I do never ever tell time like this unless it is necessary. I exclusively tell the quarters of an hour the East German standard way, so to speak. Yeah, so I think it's really a problem between East and West Germany, yeah, because we from the former GDR, we tell the quarters of an hour much quicker, and it is also even time saving, because all we need to know is the word viertel, halb and dreiviertel. And then this is straightforward. When you tell the quarters of an hour with or the East German way, you always, no matter whether you use viertel, halb or dreiviertel, you always add the number of the next hour to this phrase. That is, when you want to say it's quarter past 12, for example, then you say in East German, es ist viertel 1. Yeah, always the next full hour. Then another example, es ist viertel 2. Got that? And when we want to cite that half an hour is over, then we actually say this in the same way West German people say. That is, we say, es ist 2:30. So we literally say it is 2:30. Again, another example, es ist 3:30. So, to tell the second last quarter of an hour, you need to know the word dreiviertel, and then again you add the number of the next full hour, which is es ist 3/4, which literally means it is 3/4. There are actually many people who say, hey, this is completely illogical. I don't understand why, because to me it's totally logical. Because when the clock strikes 12, yeah, so then we know that the 12th hour of the, oh no, let's take 9 o'clock as an example. That's probably better. When the clock strikes 9, then we know that the 9th hour of the day is over. And when the big hand moves a little bit to the right, so that we can say, for example, es ist 1 Minute nach 9, it is 1 minute past 9, then we are already in the 10th hour of the day. And that's why we in East German think we can say, okay, we are already in the 10th hour of the day. So when the big hand is on number 3, then we can say es ist 9:15, it is 9:45, which means that the first quarter of the 10th hour in which we are already in is over. When the big hand is on number 6, then we can say it's 5:30, meaning that half an hour of the 10th hour of the day is over, or that now is the time. And then we go on. So when the big hand is on number 9, then we say es ist 3/4, meaning that 3/4 of the 10th hour are over, and that this time is right now. Yeah, so, and if we would go on with this logic, then we could say, when the clock strikes 10, then we could actually say, but we don't do this, that doesn't exist, that's nonsense. We could say it's 4/4 10, because 4/4 of 10, so to speak, means here that the full hour has already come and that it's now 10 o'clock. So, and that's actually the reason why telling time like this is totally logical to me. So, and I hope that also makes sense to you. And if not, yeah, then you have the chance to watch this video again, and maybe you agree someday that it is at least a little bit logical. That's it for this lesson. See you next time. Bye bye.